thank you, Scott, for your speech today. I think we can all agree that it was a very powerful speech for us. He was trying to persuade with power. He was trying to persuade us to change our minds in a slight way, or take our views that we already had and to change them a little bit so that we could see eye to eye with him. There's a lot of things that I liked about your speech, and I had a hard time finding things that I could improve. I think we all walked away with this speech with very definitive and actionable items that we had to go with. You know, write a speech, write 4 speeches right now so that we can get ahead. But I'm going to talk about a few things that you can improve still. One was vocal variety. I think Scott really did a great job with his projection. I think we all really heard him. We heard him very clearly. He did even change his rate at some times. But I think he could really put some work into changing his volume sometimes. Changing the way that he speaks to us so that he can emphasize points, using pauses and in volume and pitch to emphasize the points he has. I think one specific point where it really would have been effective would have been when he talked about anxiousness and when he was upset about not having speeches. You know, if he really got down into himself and felt really anxious and upset and started talking, you know, projecting his voice a lot closer so that it almost felt like he was talking to himself, you know, in front of an audience. I think that would have been really effective. Now I have 4 speeches, and I put 4 speeches down, and I was, you know, out there talking to people, sort of reflecting the way he spoke versus, you know, what he was experiencing, being sort of inside into himself, being upset and inside into himself, and then speaking out and finally reaching out to people. I think that would be incredibly effective. Another thing that would have been really interesting, or would have been a way to improve, would have been if he talked about, you know, why does he care about me? Why does he care about us? You know, I think he talked a lot about how this is very effective for us and what's in it for us. But why does he care about us, right? You know, and that's something that, as a listener, you're certainly, what's the word for it? You want to question the speaker, right? You just don't necessarily trust what the speaker's saying. So if you could reach out and say, you know, I'm really in it for you because, you know, I was in your position. I felt that pain, and I know what you're going through right now, and this is how you can improve. I think that would have been one other way that you could really improve. But there's a lot of things that I liked about his speech. I think he was certainly very logical. You know, it made a lot of sense, and it really evoked emotion in us. I think that also has to do with the fact that we are also Rhino Toastmasters. We're here to speak, and we're here to improve our speaking. So he certainly chose a topic that was very pertinent for us. I think he did an amazing job. It was incredibly there's a lot of potency in that speech. And thank you so much, and good luck on your next speech.